Hey guys, and welcome to episode number 8 of the F1 Championship mode here on F1 2017. We are currently 34 points away from the top spot of the championship, but let's get into qualifying for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Welcome qualifying in the Republic of Azerbaijan. The teams are making their last minute adjustments before the lights go green and the fight for pole position can get underway. When it comes to getting lap time out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximising top speed. Do you simply remove as much downforce as possible, hang on into the corners and max out down the straights?
The teams will have arrived with all manner of parts designed to capitalise on the long straights. The cars will be that much harder to drive in the corners, but everyone will be in the same boat.
We don't need to push too hard in this session. We should have the pace to qualify easily.
Okay then, I'm going to go out on a set of super softs, throw in a lap and hope that is good enough. Go. And I'm out of qualifying in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We're going to be starting from the back in this race. Lock up and just into the wall. Nothing I could do about it. That's us out of qualifying for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
Great to see you again today.
Thanks for that, Crofty, and I'm really anxious to get underway here. We've got all the makings of a great race today. World champions in competitive cars, lots of drivers on form, and I suspect a few strategists on the pit wall looking to try something a bit different and maybe jump their cars up the order.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and Kimi Raikkonen completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Perez, Esteban Ocon, and Verstappen, Ricciardo, Magnussen, Grosjean and Felipe Massa, Kvyat, Hülkenberg, Carlos Sainz and Palmer, Stroll, Alonso, Pascal Wehrlein and Marcus Ericsson. Van Dorn and Lewis Hamilton rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay guys, it's race day for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We are starting from the back of the grid from a crash in qualifying. I'm going to go for the longer stint at the beginning of the race, and then let's see what we can do from there. By red lights, and lights out, and away we go for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Loading up the inside of a load of drivers. Got to pass them into 15th already. I've got a warning for a collision with Alonso. Having take avoiding action, gone into there way too
We're
hot.
seeing minor
I've hit the
damage
front
to the
wing.
front wing. Be easy on the car till we get it repaired. We don't want to risk making this
Come on,
worse.
Massa. Massa.
Illegal maneuver, seat that position, or receive a penalty.
Oh, let Massa back through. Brake a bit early just to make sure we don't hit anyone.
Okay, that's a good start. Keep it up.
Up into P11 after the first half a lap or so. Got into the castle section. Don't want to try anything through here. Got Hulkenberg all over us. Take Massa into this corner, squeeze him a little bit. They're taking the position into the final corner, pretty much. Now we can chase down Ricciardo. They've made 10 positions in the first lap. Heavily braking into turn 1, lock up, lose another bit of our front wing.
Okay, this is Jeff. Can you hear me? There's a fair amount of damage to the front wing. We suggest you come in as soon as possible, rather than risk it getting worse.
Straight on. We drop down to 15th place.
There's a lot of damage to the front wing. We're seeing a significant loss in downforce. Okay, box. We're adjusting the strategy. Come in this lap.
No way, I'm not coming in this lap. It's way too early. Taking another chunk of it off. And at exactly the same corner as in qualifying, I am out of the race. I'm not very good at these street circuits. Oh man, this is appalling display. Let's go for a replay of that. Of this, guys, of me crashing into the wall. Go back to here. Got no front, absolutely no front wing. I'm flying into the corner, straight into the wall. No downforce, into the other wall, and we're out of the race. It's been an appalling weekend, but let's see what happens in the rest of the race. Let's just skip to the end of the race and see what happens. The Ferrari have won the
A
race.
great
I'm
win
not sure
then
what
for the
driver has
Maranello
won.
team today. Anthony, What do you think made the difference here?
I feel like consistency was probably the key today. There's being quick, and then there's being quick lap after lap after lap. If you can do that, you can capitalise on other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can push you a long way up the field.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make
So
their way
Kimi
out,
Raikkonen has
there's a
won the
familiar red
race,
suit
Vettel
making
in
its way to the
second
top
and
step.
Bottas in third.
Fantastic win
I am
for
sorry guys
Ferrari.
for my poor performance this time out. Hope you enjoyed watching me crash and fail for the whole race, and I'll see you in the next one.
And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. Well, the lead at the top has come down after a poor result for our points leader. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Probably Carlos Sainz.